feel nearly as tired as I look. I look at the camera like, why do I look so tired? I'm going through Mark, as you know, on Fridays, just to post something on Saturdays. And I think it's really interesting at Mark 3, where the crowds are pressing on Jesus. And it says, get a boat because he's going to get crushed. And in the middle of all that, it says that the demon-possessed were throwing themselves before him and announcing that he was the Son of God. And it says Jesus strictly forbid them to make his presence known. Now, due to the context, it might mean that if they let more people know, it might be a bigger crowd. I would have read a commentary just to be a better teacher about it, just to back myself up with someone else's thoughts and get some counsel on it before I started teaching on it. But I sometimes just have to be a teacher, do the best with what you got. So it could have been that. I tend to hold to, even though it's not the immediate context of the passage, I tend to hold to the wisdom writings on things like this. Read Proverbs 1 when you get a chance. And he talks about the purpose of the Proverbs. And one of the things he talks about is one of my favorite passages in all the Bible. He says to basically decipher the riddles of the wise. Why would the wise speak in riddles? Couldn't it have only helped more people to know that he was the Son of God? Well, we always think in America, we think in bulk. You know, it's got to be better to get the gospel to more people, isn't it? I mean, you don't want to go to Jesus always to determine how to prescribe behavior because he's the Son of God. But you certainly want to, think about it when you see what he does. And you want to think about yourself and reflect on him. And one of the things I'm thinking about here is take the whole of the Gospels, and it appears that he was withholding a lot of information from a lot of people. And he didn't just give away things. He made people work for it sometimes. People we would have said, oh, this is someone who's in need, you give it to him. No, he made them work for things. And not everyone, it's hard for Americans to understand that sometimes. But it's interesting to me. Sorry, I'm a little distracted with everything going on around here right now. We're going to get a flight. I probably shouldn't have done this now. But it's fascinating to me that he would withhold this information from the masses, if there was just too many. It just shows the miracles with getting to people. Whether they were all understanding or not is a whole other matter. But the point is this. You may share the gospel with somebody or do some teaching for someone who lacks wisdom and think if they don't get it, you may become discouraged. I've done that many times. Argued with people who are argumentative. Share the gospel with people who it just appears to go out through one ear and out the other. And you may even question God at those times. You might say, why isn't God doing what he does? If you're questioning him, you're in good company, because the psalmists, as I've said before, were doing a lot of that. So I would just say that when you look at this passage, read Mark 3 and consider how God moves. God's timing sometimes is just not what you would expect at all. And part of being a faithful Christian is understanding that.